In the summertime, when we're enjoying cooking out or picnics, I just love some fresh made potato salad. So today I'm going to use some fresh herbs from the garden. I'm using some French tarragon. I'm also going to grab a scallion, and I'll pick a few chives as well. I did not grow enough red potatoes for this recipe, so I picked up a bag at the grocery store. I highly recommend that you use red potatoes for this recipe. Now you will notice that there are about 3 optional ingredients here, including the herbs that I just picked, and also prepared horseradish along with boiled eggs. A lot of times people like boiled eggs in their potato salad, and I think it makes it more of a traditional recipe. It makes it really good, but I am not adding it to this particular recipe, but feel free to if you like that in your potato salad, okay? You're welcome to jot the recipe down, or you can do a screenshot with your device, and as always they'll be below the video if you'd like to print them out. So we'll get started by peeling our potatoes, and I'll just keep these submerged in some cold water while I'm peeling all of the potatoes. And now I want to go ahead and cut them into bite-sized pieces. It's real important, I think, to try to keep the size of the potato pieces uniform so that some don't cook too quick. The smaller ones obviously will. They'll cook quicker than the larger pieces, and so we don't want real mushy potato salad, okay? So this is how I like to cut mine. I'll take my potato and it will lay flat on the board, but I don't want to cut it in the middle like this. What I want to do is cut it where it will not stand upright. I think going down through this side is easier, and then I'll put the flat side down and then cut off what I call the wings. That's where it becomes tapered at the side, and I'll just take out the center section, which is a nice little rectangle. And now for the little wings, and I'll cut those in half or thirds depending on the size of the potato. And now I'll cut the middle in half lengthwise, turn them, and then cut that into fourths or fifths depending on the size of the potato. And if I happen to have a really large potato, I like to go in and cut those middle pieces again in half one more time. But that's just how I do it. So I drained that other water, and I put some fresh water in with the potatoes and 1 tablespoon of sea salt. And now we want to cook the potatoes, and I feel like this is really important because if the potatoes overcook by just a little bit, it will be very mushy. So that's not good, I don't think, for potato salad. And so I really don't do anything else while I'm cooking my potatoes. I like to stand right there by the potatoes while they're cooking and test for resistance, just to make sure they're not getting too done, because once we pull them off the stove and we drain them, they're going to continue to cook. So we don't want them to be real soft, okay? So just check for a little bit of resistance. Once you start noticing that it's a little bit of resistance, go ahead and pull them off and drain them. Mine took about 8 minutes to get to a boil, and then I reduced the heat to medium-low and let them cook for about 4 more minutes. Now it just depends on the type of potatoes that you're using. Even if it's a red potato, it matters how fresh it is as to how long it will take it to cook. So don't go just by what I'm telling you. I'm just saying mine only took about 12 minutes, okay? So I like these little over-the-sink colanders, and I just drained my potatoes, and then I put them on a metal pan and put them into my freezer. I'm going to go ahead and make the dressing, but I want those to cool down, and I don't intend on taking more than about 10 minutes to put the dressing together, so I don't want to freeze my potatoes. So I just pulled the leaves off the tarragon and then gave the chives and the tarragon a real good chop. I want them nice and fine. And then I did the same with my scallion. I want the white and the green parts of the scallion. And now also I am using my bread and butter pickles. I like to use the bread and butter pickles in this potato salad. That's the name of the recipe, okay? They are really good in potato salad. So just get your favorite brand and start with about 3/4 cup before you chop them, and we'll give them a real good chop. I like to use at least 1/2 cup, and sometimes I'll add even more. I like a lot of the pickles in the potato salad. And now in a mixing bowl, add your mayonnaise along with the garlic powder, onion powder, and cayenne pepper. and the mustard, and a tablespoon each of the brine from the pickles, and some apple cider vinegar, and then the salt and pepper. And I opted to use the horseradish. We'll go ahead and whisk it up real good. And now we can add the pickles along with the fresh herbs and the scallions. We'll give this a good mix with the spatula, and I've transferred my potatoes to the casserole dish, and we'll add the dressing there and just go ahead and give it a good stir and mix it all up till the potatoes are coated. You can pop this in the refrigerator. You'll need at least 3 hours for those flavors to come together. And before I serve it, I like to put a little bit of smoked paprika right there on top. And we enjoyed it with some barbecue and coleslaw and baked beans and all those goodies. So I hope that you can give it a try. And thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a beautiful day.